There's something nobody tells you, but it changes your life completely. Intelligence is not measured by your degree, your age, or how much information you've memorized. True intelligence is measured by what you decide to stop doing. That's right. Wisdom is not only about learning new things, but about having the courage to let go of foolish habits that hold you back. And the truth is, most people are stuck not because they lack talent, but because they keep repeating the same mistakes without even realizing it. If you want to be smarter than the majority, you have to stop living like the majority. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor philosopher, wrote that the quality of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts, and those thoughts are shaped by what you allow and what you refuse to allow into your daily habits. The first thing you must let go of is the habit of complaining. Complaining doesn't make you stronger, it doesn't solve problems, and it never improves your situation. It only makes you a victim. And once you start living as a victim, you stop using your mind to look for solutions. Intelligent people don't waste energy on complaints. They act. If something can be changed, they take action. If it cannot be changed, they change their perspective. But not a single minute is wasted in self-pity. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Complaining is living inside that imagination, rather than facing reality with clarity and courage." The second habit to drop is seeking constant approval. When you live trying to please everyone, you dim your own light. Your mind cannot think clearly if it's always focused on what others think of you. Truly intelligent people do not need applause to know their worth. They demonstrate it through actions, decisions, and results. Epictetus reminded us, if you want to be free, care more about your own choices than about what others say. When you stop chasing validation, you reclaim your power. Another trap is procrastination. You know what must be done, yet you create excuses to delay it. The longer you delay, the heavier the task becomes. The Stoics taught discipline as the foundation of wisdom. An intelligent person does not wait for motivation, perfect timing, or external permission. They act because action itself is what life demands. Do not act as if you had 10,000 years to throw away, Marcus Aurelius warned. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. That urgency is the cure for procrastination. Finally, examine your environment. If you surround yourself with negative people, those who complain, criticize, and never grow, you will absorb their mindset like a sponge. Intelligence means curating your environment, the people you spend time with, the words you listen to, the content you consume. All of it influences how you think, what you believe, and what you achieve. And above all, abandon the arrogance of thinking you already know everything. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. True wisdom begins with humility. Every day is an opportunity to listen, to question, and to evolve. The person who believes they have nothing left to learn is the most ignorant of all. So what happens once you let go of these destructive habits? That's where intelligence truly begins to shine. Wisdom is not only about avoiding the traps, it is about replacing them with better practices that elevate you. The Stoics didn't just say, don't complain, or don't procrastinate. They showed us what to do instead. The first step is this: learn to think before you react. Most people go through life as slaves to impulse. Someone insults them and they explode. A problem appears and they collapse. A criticism arrives and they grow defensive. This is not intelligence, it's immaturity. The Stoics practiced the art of pausing, of creating space between stimulus and response. In that space lies wisdom. The wise person takes a breath, observes the situation, and chooses their response deliberately. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The next intelligent habit is investing time in useful learning. Today, millions waste hours scrolling through gossip, arguments, and distractions that add no value. Meanwhile, someone else is reading, studying, building, advancing. And eventually, the difference becomes undeniable. Intelligence is not about consuming more noise, it's about consuming wisely. Even 30 minutes a day of meaningful study compounds over time into mastery. In a world drowning in entertainment, the one who educates himself rises above. Another marker of intelligence is solution-focused thinking. Everyone faces obstacles. The difference between the average and the wise is how they respond. Most people complain and freeze, but the intelligent person immediately asks, "What can I do? What's within my control? How can I turn this into an opportunity?" The Stoics trained themselves to see obstacles as fuel for growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every challenge becomes raw material for wisdom if you approach it with the right mindset. You must also develop the courage to say no. Many people waste years of their life saying yes to commitments, distractions, and people that drain them. Out of fear of rejection or the desire to please, they sacrifice their time and energy. But wisdom means protecting your focus. Saying no does not make you unkind. It makes you wise. It means you value your path enough to defend it. Seneca put it simply, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Each time you say no to something unimportant, you are saying yes to your higher purpose. And perhaps one of the most liberating lessons, let go of what you cannot control. Many people exhaust themselves trying to change others, worrying about the past or fearing the future. The Stoics reminded us that peace lies in focusing only on what is within your power, your thoughts, your actions, your character. The rest must be released. This is not weakness, it is clarity. And clarity is the foundation of intelligence. When you stop fighting battles you cannot win, you conserve your energy for the ones that truly matter. Now let's go deeper. Intelligence is not just about habits or environment, it's about character. And nothing reveals your character more than how you respond to failure. Everyone makes mistakes, everyone stumbles. The difference between the average person and the truly intelligent one lies in how they handle those mistakes. The foolish deny them, blame others, or drown in shame. The wise face them with humility. They ask, "What went wrong? What was my role in this? What can I learn to do differently next time?" Intelligence grows when you treat failure not as a final judgment, but as a teacher. As Seneca said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Another essential trait of the wise is choosing the right company. Intelligent people surround themselves with those who challenge them, not those who flatter them. They seek mentors, friends, and partners who push them higher. Look at your circle. Does it inspire growth, or does it trap you in mediocrity? If you are the smartest or most disciplined in your group, perhaps it's time to find a new circle. Growth rarely happens in comfort. Wisdom also shows in how you use your free time, not just in your work hours, but in the quiet moments when no one is watching. The intelligent do not waste those hours endlessly. They use them to learn, to reflect, to build, to rest with intention. Even their leisure is meaningful, nourishing rather than draining. They do not live on autopilot. They live with awareness. Pay attention too to your inner dialogue. What you say to yourself shapes how you live. If your inner voice constantly repeats, "I'm weak, I always fail, I'll never succeed," you will live according to those beliefs. The intelligent train their mind with discipline. They speak with firmness, respect, and clarity to themselves. Over time, that self-talk builds resilience. Intelligence is not only an intellectual quality, it is emotional mastery. And finally, the wisest among us know when to stop. Sometimes we persist in things that are no longer working out of pride, fear, or stubbornness. but intelligence means seeing clearly when something is no longer worth the effort. To change the plan is not to abandon the goal. The Stoics warned against clinging to what is already dead. It's like watering a plant that has long since dried up. Wisdom lies in knowing when to release, when to redirect, when to move forward without dragging the past along. So let us bring it all together. Intelligence is not about showing off knowledge or quoting philosophers or collecting books. It is about living wisely, day after day. Let go of the habits that make you weak, complaining, seeking approval, procrastinating, surrounding yourself with negativity, pretending you know it all. Replace them with wiser practices. Think before reacting, invest in learning, seek solutions, say no to distractions, and focus only on what you can control. Learn from mistakes, choose uplifting company, use your time well, train your inner dialogue, and know when to release what no longer serves you. This is how you live intelligently. This is how you embody Stoic wisdom. And most importantly, this is how you take control of your life.